Welcome back, everybody. Agora Tournament Series Game 1 Grand Finals did come out with an explosive closeout there. Immune coming back nearly from the dead to take Game 1. It is your host, Shiryo Kage, with my best friend in the whole world, Mycology.
What is up, my guy?
How was that Game 1?
Well, considering my heart palpitations are still having some aftershocks, it's just like, so Team Immune swung that game. They were down 4-12 and 2 Fang Tooths, but once we saw that 22-minute team fight come online, changed the entire dynamic of the whole game. That was like, dude, I'm about to break the other half of my keyboard and just start doing one of these.
Serious deficit. The micro game was there for the professors. Everything was by the book, by the numbers for the professors, but those team fight calls, I don't even think, honestly, I would really consider it being the team fight calls, but where you were trying to get the team fights, those close corners with the wraparound, with the Team Immune having more range with Bellica and Rev, those corner games made it a lot easier. Also with the windup with Narbash's ult, you can just kind of loop and spin the block pretty much per se, and come in and start and kind of re-engage the engage coming from Richter. And honestly, it was just unfortunate for the professors calling out those, I would say maybe 3 team fights that really kind of set the pace for them.
Yeah. Everything you said is absolutely correct. So we're going to actually be panning over to our bracket right now. And we are up 1-0 for Team Immune. We saw that, as we saw throughout the day. Most of the 2-0 blowouts, not exactly seeing a lot of Game 3 situations. Are we going to continue to see a repeat of everything we've seen in pretty much the entire series up to this date, a month later? It's always complete blowouts. If there is one team that I think could break that curse, it's what's happening right now in Team Immune versus the Professors, because we saw it already in the first game. They had the macro on point. They were abusing the duo lane. Their comms were there. They were looking like they were really coming out swinging. But Team Professors, like you said, I don't think it's necessarily shot calling. I really got to give it up to Jabin. Every time we were on POV camera, there was never a single wasted motion between the ultimate executes and between the bounce-ups. Like, the bounce-ups were always used to interrupt everything that needed to be done. And it just really blew my mind to see, like, such spectacular team fights, such cohesiveness, such tight synergy. Like, you couldn't really ask for higher tier gameplay than what we saw in that swing turnaround.
You honestly couldn't. And I think before we head over to the pick bands, I think team differential and team draft is really going to make a big difference. And I'm going to keep my thought as we rotate on over to it right now. Game 2 on the way. Professors, I think, are going to flip, so Immune should have
Professors are on first pick, I believe.
Beautiful. So Immune will have banned first. Professors will be picking round 1 first. Oops, I had it backwards. Sorry about that, guys. Professor's going to be taking away the steal. A little, I don't know.
We've been seeing a lot of steal bans. Like let's be real. He's just one of those characters. He's too powerful in every single role. You could play the guy in offlane, you could play the guy in jungle, you could play the guy on support. If you really wanted to and you wanted to meme a little bit, you could probably even play mid lane. Like, it's just, he's just too strong. The gadget ban is actually not surprising considering what we just saw. I know the Team Immune played gadget last time, but they probably wanted to take that pick away in case it was stolen from them.
Yeah, first round pick gadget. Very easy. As you even mentioned earlier, the offlane pick is a great pick too as well. And I mean, this is almost deja vu yet again. Getting into the rampage.
I'm seeing double.
Uh-oh.
The big guy.
The big one. Nerio coming out. This patch has been blessed for our mechanical angel support here. Everyone's loving the
Am I seeing double? Am I seeing double? Am I seeing double?
Are we going to get the Sev again?
Oh my God, I'm seeing double. The Professor's clearly confident in their team pick. Let's be real. The Sevarog was strong, dude. He was bullying through that beginning to mid game. Yeah, it was enormous. I don't even think swapping off the Sevarog is something that they need to do at all. Picking up the Revenant again for the Neft. And let's be real, with that mana build that we saw come online before with the resolution, he was playing the long game, and it scaled, dude.
It worked.
By the time Demolisher comes online in that build, it absolutely shreds.
I like Team Immune's pick here.
Belica again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Not to cut you off, but you'd think after we saw such like an absolute display of ferocity from Jabin on Belica that they might have even opted to ban the Belica.
That's where I was a little worried with the Steel ban, but I think Steel being such a threat, it's kind of hard to go for those target bans for against Belica, leaving Steel available on the table. So that's where I was like, a little iffy on that first pick. But yeah, man, Neft over on Belica, Jabin on Belica with Neft on Revenant. That's a very scary threat. Narbash is going to be traded over for the Professors, so maybe they'll be able to get a little more sustained and keep that Grux and Sephiroth alive to kind of be able to do their their frontline role a lot better, keeping Gideon and Drongo afloat too during the extended team fights. I like the Chimera pick here as well. So I think that's going to be the Rampage top with Chimera. Okay.
Possibly. The only thing I'm not really too sure about is the Muriel with the Revenant on the duo lane, because the attack speed steroid isn't really going to do anything for Revenant. All it's going to do is give him like maybe a half-second cooler on his reload if the timing is absolutely correct.
Too.
It is a movement speed buff as well, but the attack speed steroid is like at least on characters like Sparrow and Murdoch and Drongo, like it's so nice to have, but for him it doesn't really do too much.
I mean, it also helps Belica and Chimera later, also Rampage. But I think on Chimera later, once he ults as well, oh my gosh. That's actually scary.
Break down your thought process. Break down your thought process? What are you getting into right now?
When Chimera dashes and hops in and does his attack speed buff, and Muriel adds in her attack speed buff as well, how much sustain and attack speed is that?
If I had statistical numbers, like I would be. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I got the stats pulled up real quick. Let me see if I can hit it fast enough for us to look at this.
That's really scary there.
All right.
How big does Muriel get with her attack speed buff?
Muriel, granting them 20, 10%, and attack speed. All right, so it scales up to 20. It looks like.
Okay.
Scales up to 20% plus 10% of magical power, percent attack speed. Dude, stack that with the Chimera. Like
with the speed regeneration?
Dude.
And the cold. Yeah.
With the Unleashed coming out. So he'd have 35% physical power. So my dude's going to be cleaving like an extra 50% with the 20% attack speed bonus, because she's probably not going to be building too much ability power over in the support role. But yeah, really good to have those pred tools up. Always got to check them out. Get all your statistics over there, because you know what, they help us live on camera.
Plus the Muriel jumping in as well after Gideon hops onto the back row.
You know, it's one of the big things is I don't feel like I see enough. I really don't think I see enough like big Muriel drop down ults. Like I always see it to save someone, but I never see it to initiate something. Well, like I would love to see Rampage jump on in there and Muriel's like riding the wave in, and just for like that big boo.
Yeah, I definitely can see it though. And I think definitely in grand finals, we should be seeing Clearcast drop in those nice big ults, as we're going to get and watch Jarbin start rolling in down the mid lane. Game 2 with Immune a point ahead. This will set them on the course proper if they can go and get this second game. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm trying to get that game 5 in, man. I do not only want to see 3 games of grand finals.
Yeah. So what we got going on in here, we're actually seeing a mirror of the last game with the posture checking, possibly the most optimal places you can stand when looking for an invade. Every game we see these guys standing in the same spot. Yeah, beautiful camera
work. Take notes, solo queue guys. Take notes. Abuse this for your next games, guys, because you really can learn a lot from these guys, dude. Really good work there. Using the over-shoulder to camera there. Being able to check the lane and the jungle. Making sure no early aggressive wards for your jungler there.
Look at Jabin right now. Didn't commit to buying anything right off the rip. Just wanted to scout out the lane. Going to go ahead and go back and start building that early combustion. Really smart choice right there. Not something you see all the time.
Interesting. I like that, actually.
All right, Rampage off lane. Little bit of difference last time. Now we got the off-lane POV down to see some brawlic action up here. The Severog just going to be kind of doing his thing. And this is like something I find so fascinating about Predecessor in general, is when you see the off-laners go in, nobody ever... Yeah, no, the respect. Like, nobody just goes up and starts swinging. They're like, all right, I'm going to go over here and farm, and you go over there and farm. It's the gentleman, straight up.
It's the manly call of being a man in the off lane. You're
Oh,
very,
Rampage
very
going for a
manly.
really deep ward right here. That's smart. He doesn't want to get picked too early. Probably getting that called out by Guru. He's definitely going to be aware of that right now. But he should be over
Ooh.
on his red buff.
Yeah, that was actually a really good call. Starting on the on light side, seeing that the enemy's red buff is on there, he's gonna assume that he is gonna start his red side. Most likely gank duo first. So nice, really good call there on the deep ward in the jungle.
All right, level 2 coming out on the duo lane.
Oh, wow.
Real quick stuff right here. Already getting shoved in. Looks like they had some pretty successful trades on in early. Muriel does have the ability to poke from a safe distance in this matchup.
Especially versus the Narbash. Richter, you have that very scary threat of being hooked. So
Oh, here comes the early gank. I'm seeing double.
There it
Just
is. Good ward check there. I really like the respect there too. Edok is going to try to gank and then take care of the ward. Obviously, we already had that information.
Walking over another ward right there. Beautiful ward coverage by them. I got some action coming out over in the mid lane.
Big knockup is going to go in. The rocks are dropping. Gideon is going to void shift onto the other side. Was trying to secure that first shield buff, and it's actually going to be able to go to Belica. Chimera, I think maybe going for the gank. Void isn't there, but Blink is available. I think he might have had to blink there. Pots are being ran there. That was so unfortunate. I don't know if we actually saw that. We're going to do assume that Gideon still has his ult there with just Chimera being into it. I think duo lane is now getting into some action there.
Yeah, looks like we got a little bit of fight. Oh man, she's so low. They're probably he's gonna try to trade one for one. He's gonna get it, but he's probably gonna die for it. He failed blinks. He failed blinks into the wall. He misses his last shot.
The last shot. No way. He's
right. Okay, Neft's gonna be able to pick that up, but that wow, a little bit of boofage right there, a little bit of spaghetti in the dual lane. The failed blink into the wall, followed by the missed fourth shot. Unfortunate, but he's still gonna pick it up, and he doesn't waste his blink. So, really good trade coming out for Immune right here. A little bit of a different start than what we saw in game 1.
I think really it's coming from the mid supports with not having like a very tank engaged support. With that poke going on, you gotta respect, and it is a excuse me, a slight shift in the play style. But I mean, honestly, for on the side of Immune, you can't ask for much more. And being in that fortunate disadvantage, Narbash just trying to make it more worth than what it is. So, that big gank coming in. Rampage is going to have to hop back. Ghost. Sev is going to pick him up. Maybe be able to stop him on it. Blink.
Not going to look for the tower dive right there. Smart,
I think that's
smart
safe.
Call. Yeah, this is a smart call, absolutely.
Force the recall, then grab the wave, and possibly be able to get the first Cyan buff. And that really is going to set.
Oh, he's going to check the jungle camp for his jungler. They're going to be collapsed over here on Edok. A little bit of a greedy play. Now he's being blocked. Sevarog's still not there yet. He's going to get pulled in. He definitely doesn't have it. He has no blink on deck. That is going to be an easy trade for them.
Dude.
Little overzealous right there. That was so greedy.
That was such a great call, though. So, Rampage definitely just baited them so hard. With the retreat back, you saw him press B. You're going to go back to your wave. You're going to do your thing. You look back at Sevarog. You don't see Rampage there. You're like, oh, he based back. No, he went to go check the jungle, go and make sure that his jungler's okay. Because if he left at that situation, he may have been in trouble, and that 1v1 would have definitely maybe fell over to Brux's side.
This is getting absolutely bonkers right here. Still a really close game. And I like that Soul Reaper has now put some respect on Jabin a little bit. We're not seeing nearly the level of aggression that we saw last game. Got some hot stuff over in the duo lane. The wave's going to be pushing into them. They have an opportunity to set up a slow push into them right now. Not sure if that was what they're looking for. Gold buff is not online. Looks like they're rotating over into the red buff. Duo lane's going to try to get that last hit and follow over so their teammate does not get pinched. Let's see what breaks down here.
Is also there as well. Grux dropping down the war sticks and causing the bleed. He's going to kind of miss that wall, but now he's going to go forward. Soul Reaper is going to pick Kalari on the run. Neft is in trouble with the rocks being dropped on Gideon. And that's going to be 2 for 0 for the side of the Professors. Really good pick into their jungle and really good rotate and communications to force that. Muriel is going to unfortunately get picked up as well. And that's going to be a 3 for 0 play.
Unfortunate stuff right there because we just talked about it before. We saw the Grux go over, try to take it, got baited, and then they kind of did the same thing. They overextended in the jungle a little bit. They had they had the pressure to make the faster rotation. They had the access to the purple portals to get over there a little bit quicker. And Jabin making the absolute right call right there and just kind of moseying on out. He goes, this is done. I'm not going to give away another kill.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, you couldn't ask for much more. There was a little slow playing, respect on the Jabin. You saw what he did last game, so you didn't get super aggressive. You waited for your moment to execute. You executed perfectly, get 3, and you get the first Fang. 7 minutes at that. With
what beautiful ward coverage. You can even see Edok on his jungle camp right now. This is stuff that I'm really loving to see from the mid laners.
He's low too.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to get pinched on his camp again. Doesn't miss anything. He doesn't miss.
See you later, brother. That was sick. Already knowing that he's about at 20% and the R at the ready. Belica just dropping out Grux, dude. Like you mentioned.
I got to say, like, I've always liked Belica. But I'm about to swap to a mid main at this point.
Yo.
Like, the way this guy's playing Belica makes me go, I could do that.
Yo, inspiring you, dude. Yes, sir. You love it, dude. Gold
yeah,
buff,
I do love it.
Is this the 3rd gold buff being picked up on duo side?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Was that the 2nd or 3rd gold buff over for duo side there?
I believe that was the 3rd one that we have online. We are 8 minutes into the game. As long as they were done pretty much on cooldown. They're going to be pushed in right here. Looks like that. The professor's going to be going in looking for those jungle wards.
Yeah, as they should, honestly. They got to make sure and check their back and try to get some of their aggressive wards as well. Just because you're falling behind, you don't want to try to take the pressure off or get your foot off their throat. You got to keep the pressure on so you don't continue falling behind here.
All right, Rampage coming back into the off lane. Looks like we got some mini shoulder pads already for the Sevarog.
That's huge damage there.
Damage.
You gotta respect the minions. Respect the minions. Ult is gonna go down.
He's regenerating.
Rock to the dash.
Body
Brooks
blocking
is
him.
in route though. Here comes the Warlord's call. Stun and CC is gonna be forced. Look, Belica is here for the cavalry call for the top lane. That was extremely, extremely scary. The health regeneration coming from Rampage's ult is gonna keep him alive. I think that was the double blink over from the side of the professors.
Yeah, I was honestly a little scared right there. I was like, wow, this guy has some serious testosterone flowing through him right now, thinking that he could take this even with the ultimate coming in. But that's because he knew his team was right around the corner, ready to back him up. And they just got out of there. It was really good stuff. No picks, nothing too crazy going on up there right now. It looks like we got Fangtooth halfway on cooldown. We haven't been seeing as many Fangtooths like being done on cooldown as we were in previous events thanks to the changes. And honestly, I think that's a healthy meta shift.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta be sure and ready for Fangtooth is a very serious objective. You don't scoff at it. And honestly, with the death timers as low as they are, it could be really a big flip.
Oh,
there.
looks like we got something big right here. We got the Thunk, the Song of the People, the ultimate coming out, getting the knockup. That's gonna be a clean pick on Clearcast. Edok kind of looked like he came out of nowhere. They even had a ward. That was great pathing by him.
He literally just came out of the fog.
He looped the long way.
There.
Yeah, he looped the long way, didn't get spotted a single time, and it was just a little bit too late, unfortunately.
Nice dunk from Crazy Fool to start that up, plus the pool coming over from Grux, and that was just a great wombo. 2 minutes about left here for this second Fang. We're going to check over onto the mid lane. Big damage coming up and around for everybody.
One of the really big things I'm excited for. Oh, never mind. We got a big fight coming over. The Strapple Blast coming out. Gonna blast into the wall. He's kiting. He's getting body blocked like a god right now. Doesn't matter. I roared twice. Easy with the leap. A little hard to see what's going on, but he's backing up right there. Looks like they're going to let it go, and they have a beautiful wave crashing into them right now, so he's going to clean this up for some free gold.
This maybe clear 6, level 6 as well. Oh, Edok.
Oh my god, he's back. He's back.
Shield. Oh, Soul Reaper's coming in as well. Big dash coming in with the black hole. Only just for the Muriel, but I mean, keep him down, I guess, right? 1-for-1 trade there.
Yeah, not like it's really that long of a cooldown. It'll be back up by the time he's ready to roam over again. Really big wave crashing again over here on the tower.
Picking up Sev on the top side, too. I think that actually made it a 2-for-2 there.
Oh, beautiful stuff. What we're just seeing like so much gameplay going on over in the dual lane. There's so much bullying going on right now. Even 6-6 game on the board.
6-6, baby.
Yeah, Team Professors are up 1 Fangtooth. Looks like we have all tier 1s online still, so this is anybody's game just like before. But this is where we saw Team Professors pull ahead in the previous match.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. this is where it was actually still the professor's side. They had the two fangs up, but the deficit was a lot more serious. So for them to be even and for the Team Immune to have just about the same team comp, that means the later this game gets, the crazier it becomes for them. So for them to be even instead of being behind, we might even see a crazier late game from Team Immune right now. Fang will be spawned. There is one ward available. I do think I see about 3 rotating over for Team Professor. Belica is trying to get a check, but I don't think she wants to blind walk towards it. So this may be Professor's second Fang here.
You know what's an interesting thing that I'm looking at? The Rampage took the Ice Talons.
I like that, honestly.
Rather than Razorback. That's an interesting choice. I don't think we've had a camera pan yet to see. I'm curious to see how this plays out in later fights.
Was that stole?
Yeah.
That was stolen.
Yeah, that was stolen by the Sevarog. He got that, and he's going to get some stacks off that. The enemy team going to be picking up Fangtooth again, unfortunately.
Might be ulting back over there. Oh, Hourglass coming in for Belica. Is going to have to retreat back. Uses the shield guard over. Clear Sticks is actually going to go land on Belica, looking very low. Survivor is actually going to pick up the jungler, I think, on a rotate there. And Fang was going to be secured there. I like
Not only was the Fang secured, they lost the kill right there also. Unfortunately, Chimera going down. And it looks like we're 6-7 now. 2 Fangtooths up. This is looking reminiscent of the first game. Are we going to see that Cinderella turnaround?
I mean, it's still definitely in the cards here. It's only 1 game up, and I think now with that extra kill, they are up 1. This is where it got scary. They need to make sure that they get this third Fangtooth around 18 minutes to make sure that they get that team boost to keep that snowball.
Looks like we got a big gank coming in the jungle. Are they going to be able to make something happen? The Chimera is creeping. Nah, he's just clearing his camp instead. I think they got a deep ward on that. Looks like they're backing up immediately. They're not even taking any chances.
I mean, that's a very good call with as close as it is. You don't want to try to give anything up for any reason. There's not a lot of objectives up. Mini Prime is on the other side of the map right there, so you really only would have been able to get, what, 2 kills? Maybe push the wave. You might not even been able to get tier 3 with how low death timers are.
All right, looks like we're just getting a little recall online. He is going. He did build Resolution, so he is getting the mana build online again. Obviously worked for the first time. Looks like he's going straight into the Imperator. Going to be picking up the Pacifier.
Got the Pacifier.
Yeah, good choice. I do love that item. The Pacifier is such a cool item, and it's a great name, honestly.
Yeah, and it gives you a little more mobility from I feel like probably one of the least mobile characters there. Murdoch with his traps able to self-heal as well. So I think that's a really good pickup there. Nox boots and the staff is already picked up over from Belica. Nox giving that extra percentage in that magical damage. So once that combo hits, you're just doing that extra damage for free for not missing.
Just absolutely beautiful stuff. Looks like, oh, Rampage kind of peeking the corner. What's he looking for? He's going to press the ult. He's going to go in. He doesn't even care. No Iceborne Talons online just yet. He's just going to go ahead and back onto there. Maybe a little bit of an overzealous play. Maybe didn't need to necessarily press hard leap in, but he's just going to waddle on out of there. Doesn't really care. I mean, it's only an 80-second cooldown. It's not that bad.
I liked it. I like the call. I like the aggressiveness. Maybe not full press R. Maybe wait a little bit because as a Rampage is approaching you, you may get a little scared. You're like, oh no, now he's gonna ult. I mean, blink away. But once you see that he ults, you're like, oh, he ulted, he jumped. I might just be able to dash away. So I like the aggressiveness, just a little much there.
All right, looks like we got Edoc over here, which actually looks like Cody backwards. I don't know if that's intentional. All right, Soul Reaper getting, trying to get a little bit of poke in there. He's just going to portal right on out. Really clean, easy trade for him.
I really love the Void Dash there on Gideon. Really nice, quick and easy, in and out. Do your thing, get out. And able to be a utility move because your allies are able to use it as well, too. I like the good call there.
All right. A little bit of Brawlic going out over in the off lane. Looks like he's going to go over to the Cyan buff. Hopefully it won't be stolen. Looks like the Sevarog's not going to let it go freely. Looks like he's coming up to challenge it. And you know what? Siphon does a lot of damage. He's got to be in a better position to steal it. Yeah, once again, steals it again. All right, the Iceborne Talon's coming out. He's trying to scrap. He's getting away. Just leaps right on top of him, going for the left, right, left, right. Yeah, but so does Sevarog.
Yeah.
And if he presses R, he could just dash him away.
We're getting back to the duo. Check it.
Yeah. All right. Almost picking up Survivor right there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to pick up anything too crazy. Looks like we've seen a lot more safe play in the second half here of match 2 in the duo lane.
I think that's a really good call there. I really like how, how Rev is using his ult and judging if he can continue and finish it off, or if he can use the time left to then disengage and get himself out of the position. Knowing and seeing 3 people forcing that bot lane, I think this is a great call to pick up that first mini prime of the series. Augmentation will be ready for that Rampage once he calls back. That's going to be a great boost to his stats and help him push and shove that hard. Clear Sticks is rotated back towards the bot lane, so unfortunately, they will be able to take that tier 1. Oh,
wow.
No way!
What
that
a beautiful pull,
like
yes, right down the wall like that. Finally going to miss a knock-up. Popping the Iceport Talons. Looks like just going to get out of there. They do have the mini prime buff. They don't want to waste it. Getting that on Jabin is an absolutely great call. So, looks like tier 1 tower is finally down on the mid. A little hard to see. But here we go. Got a little fight coming up. Crazy Fool just going ahead. Song of his people. Getting on out of there with the speed boost and the heal. And yeah, tier 1 tower is finally down on the mid lane.
Oh, I assumed that Rampage was able to pick up that Prime. Prime was able to actually pick up on Belica. And yeah, level 12. Looking great right now. Boots and, that's not Catalyst, man. I always wanted to call it Catalyst. But 2 items already built in, ready to go. I think she's going to get herself ready and start building the components for the 3rd one. I think we're getting into a team fight here. There's a 3-for-2 right now. Edoc in trouble, pushing forward. The stun is going to go in, and it's going to be
a little bit of body blocking by the Muriel right there. That was unfortunate.
Man. That was unfortunate there. Slowed them down. That 3v2, that became a 3v3, and now it's going to become an easy pick. And that
Fangtooth is online. That's going to be the 3rd Fangtooth, and it looks like he's going to die right here. Wow, beautiful juke!
What a juke there! Went forward to go back, but the 3rd Fangtooth is going Sephiroth.
Your local dealer looking for it. He said no to drugs. He said no to drugs.
Sephiroth pushing forward. Sustain is kind of there. He's just looking for the subjugate. Oh, he might be able to get it. Dash should be off cooldown as well. Mini wave coming in. Rocks. He's got to dodge. Misses. Big wave. These may be the dive.
No, I don't think we're going to see a dive right here.
Guru.
Yeah.
Come on, subjugate going. Minions is targeting. I think he may retreat back. Cyan buff is off of cooldown. I think that may be the better call. Or he might bait him out.
Guru would have to be a crazy man to dive solo right now. We don't have vision of where anybody else is on Professor's side for the map right now, but he's going for the Cyan buff again, and I'm very curious if the Sevarog's just going to come up and subjugate or siphon it away.
Of course he is. Look at him. Here he comes. Oh, he hits the rock.
He got it anyway! That's the time!
He's mad! Oh, but Rar twice is here on the rotation. Good gank, dash in, but 3 levels behind. You're not going to be able to drop the Grim Reaper that easily. Edoc is here, too, for the re-rotate. Warlord charge! Plus the pull-in!
Oh, he's going down.
He's going to be down. The dash is going in. Speed boost is going in. Chimera has to go and retreat back. The monster is on a leash, but he still has to back himself up. Gideon is also here. Beautiful rotate and call on the Professors. This 3-Fang difference right now. You're starting to feel the mode here. They're starting to fall down for the Team Immune. Big damage going down. Rocks are falling. Narbash is on the back, so he will be able to keep Gideon moving. The wave is there. He's gonna not want to give up that tower, but he's gonna have to retreat back. That may be another tower in the Professor's book.
All right, looks like they're going to be giving up the red buff over here to my guy, Neft.
I like that.
I mean, it's always a great thing. Neft is kind of online right now. Resolution is built. Impure Raider's done. Looks like he's building into a Demolisher right now. Same build as last time. Coming in, siphoning up some of that farm over in the off lane. Looks like they have tier 1s down on both of the duo laners right now. So we're going to start seeing map roams, more team fights breaking out, more primes being contested. Things of that nature.
With Fangtooth, with about 4 minutes left to come around, that is going to be the primal Fangtooth, right? Uh-oh. I think we have some action coming over on that mid side. Void Warp is going to have to fall back. Belica was going to charge forward and get aggressive with Soul Reaper, but I think we decided not to continue with the attack. Going to push the wave back. And I think this may be a pick over on the off lane. Muriel is also there with with Neft. And I think it's just going to be a force back. That was very scary. But over into the mid lane, Gideon is actually going to find Jabin there with the 3-man rotate.
Muriel tried to save him with the ult, but it was just a little bit too late, unfortunately. So he's going to get picked right there. Mid lane tier 1 is still up for Team Immune. They are down 3 Fangtooths, but we already saw it last game. Is it really going to be enough to take these guys offline once the team fight start breaking out? Big team fight breaking out in the mid lane. 3v4 going in. Rampage jumping in, trying to pick off that Gideon. Looks like he's going to blink out of there. Ivor twice, blinking to the back. We're going to see the isolation all come out. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to pick up anything. He's using it to reposition. Really good stuff. But do we have the juice? Oh, jumping right into a bad situation. Right there. He didn't have health bars online. He couldn't really see what's going on. Severov not caring, giving him the alley-oop, swooping it back into the team. Definitely going to go down right here. Unfortunate, and Team Professors are going to go ahead and drop that tier 1. That was a really big team fight for them, Huey.
By the numbers, by the book, the Professors are taking Team Immune to school right now. It seems like they learned a lot in this game 1, and they are adapting very well. And I'm telling you, man, that third Fang making the difference in this team fight here. I'm so unfortunate with Rev there as well, coming in with that ult. Very scary stuff. And almost starting to bring it back, man. Really good stuff.
Looks like the Professors might be rotating over to the Orb Prime. We see Team Immune pinging it a little bit here. Got to see what we got going on. Definitely going to be unfortunate for them if they lose that this early into the game. We are only 23 minutes in. Belica is backing. Got a little bit of gold online, close to 1,300 right there.
Oh, there it is, man.
Yep, they did pick up the Prime, unfortunately.
That is a great rotate. After winning a big team fight, everyone's going to have to reset, check the waves.
Rampage honestly, not even caring, just jumping in. I think that is kind of a bad call. Little bit of an int right there.
Yeah.
Just jumping into 2 primed players. You're not exactly juiced yourself on a kill-death ratio. And you're not as tanky because you didn't run Razorback.
Yeah. I did like the pick there for the Ice Fang. Razorback then now kind of starting to fall off a bit. Add in those extra percentages from the Fang plus the Big Prime, and that is a recipe for disaster, and you gotta respect those extra boost in damages. You're not going to be as tanky as you are, especially when you have a not normal build set on the Rampage, especially playing offlane too.
Just something to point out, Neft once again with perfect farm, 236 at 24 minutes. Absolutely great stuff. This guy is such a fantastic carry. Every time he pulls up that tab screen and I get to see the guy's literally at perfect farm, above it, or like dumb close to it. Just like really great stuff. This guy is an MVP player for Team Immune, and I love it. Looks like they're going to be busting out some action in the duo lane over here, trying to. Good thing Belica's got her pulse bomb online, trying to clear these waves so they can't get anything too much crazy. All right.
Things are enhanced though, so I don't know. 6 minions are attacking the inner tower right now. Good wave clear, taking out those enhanced minions like they're nothing. This may be the team fight that
Gideon is looking for the split push in the off lane on the tier 2 right now. All resources are on the duo lane, so they got to get something. The stun's coming online. I don't think it's wise for Ivor to just jump on in there. And they're going to lose that tier 2. They're going to have to back up, or Gideon's just going to kind of keep pressing in that. Yeah, he's getting that awesome backdoor right now. Yeah. Don't forget, mages do more damage to towers now.
They got to do something. It's do or die now, and you guys are going to have to decide if you're going to take and fight this tier 2, or you're going to stop the Gideon at the inhib, and whatever it is, you guys have to go quick, or you're going to lose both.
Oh, very unfortunate. Beautiful backdoor. Beautiful.
What a beautiful force there from the Professor's side, forcing them to do a split decision. And honestly,
and now they're on the duo lane. They're taking tier 2 on duo as well. They just got like the biggest trade just by existing.
Oh, man, dude, the pressure there. And honestly, I can see where the pause happened there, and the hesitation comes over from Team Immune. That is a very scary decision. This can make and break the game right there. So instead of full going in and full all-inning, you take a break, and unfortunately, I don't think that was the right call, because now you lose on 2 angles instead of breaking down and possibly losing on one and gaining advantage on the other.
All right, they're going to be pressing up over here on that duo lane inhibitor. They don't even need to split push anything else. Yeah, it looks like they're going straight for the dive. Getting jumping in there with the black
Big
hole.
damage.
This is going to be a really big fight for the professors. Seeing tons of picks going out. That's going to be 2 down. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be the game because we are going to have minions coming up and crashing on the right-hand side also. Jaden going to be going down as well. Unfortunate. Neft is trying his absolute best, but it's definitely not going to be enough. They have Prime Buff online, and that's going to be a game 2. And the professors have broken the 0 curse in these games.
Dude, beautiful game 2. GG, well played. The macro finally coming through, and the calls, way better positioning, way better picks. I loved it through and through and through. Beautiful chaining of the CC. Soul Reaper coming in and putting down Jabin and not letting Neff get up crazy as well. That was great, dude. Clear class with the ults. Beautiful work all around. 1 for 1. That is great news, guys. 1 for 1 right now. Game 3 is on the way. And honestly, what do you think is needed for this not to happen?
Honestly, I'm just happy to see the curse be broken finally and to see a 1-1 on the board, even if it's a grand finals, even if it goes to game 5. It's just really nice to see. It's healthy for the gameplay. It shows that we're evolving as a community. The meta shifting a little bit. It's giving other opportunities for different things to be explored. And that's one of the big things that we have going on right now. I would say the big thing that we saw from the professors as opposed to game 1 is Team Immune was not as crisp in their team fights as they were in the first, as they were in game 1. We saw a lot of game-changing team fights in the first game that let them kind of pull back throughout the entire match. And that time, the professors kind of started to snowball that lead, and they held on tight, like, the entire time.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was not the team fight per se coming from Team Immune. It was where the professors tried to fight them. And honestly, instead of going full charge 5v5, you were noticing a lot more picks. Gideon was picking up Jabin off the side, and also picking up Revenant as well. And then they were going over for the Fang 2 fights there when the team was at a disadvantage, losing 1 or 2 team members there. And honestly, if you're down a member, it's almost a guaranteed objective there. Now half the battle is already won there. And then once that third Fang came in, that was about a wrap. Fang 2 came in, 2 towers went down. They went to the Prime, the 4-1 split on the off lane to the duo lane, and that was just about a wrap. Forcing that split decision at the end was the final nail in the coffin there for the professors to get game 2 in the book. 1 for 1 in the grand finals, baby. And I think we are on our way to our game 5 dream.
Possibly. Here, honestly, unfortunate thing that we saw that I was very questionable is when we saw Tang jump into 2 people with the Iceborne Talons while they had Prime Buff. And that, while that wasn't a game, like, making death necessarily, that was, like, more of a, that seemed like a tilt in a way. Like, that he was like hungry to make a play, to make something else happen and get something offline or get a Prime Buff off the map. But it just really wasn't, it seemed like a big mental blow. That wasn't it.
I think a lot of frustration comes in. There's a lot of pressure. You are the underdog, all right? You guys were winning, and then you go for the attack, and you're like, you know what? Like, I could do this, and then it doesn't fully click.
I don't believe either of these teams are necessarily underdogs. Team Immune and Team Professors are both fantastic teams. Yeah,
just by seeding. By seeding, man. That's it.
The Team Immune won groups last week, so the Professors are the ones who are down.
Right.
Yeah.
But coming there or being behind in the game there and just being, I guess, the upset there is just a little unfortunate there. And just trying to go for, I guess, a final last shot just wasn't fully proper there. Especially with all those extra team buffs coming from Fang and the Prime just being picked up too.
And this is just an opportunity to say, because we have more people coming into the chat right now, this is a best out of 5 grand final series. You could potentially be in for a long night with the games that are going on. And I think something that doesn't get discussed enough in esports, and this goes for any game, this is not just a MOBA or predecessor or team-based, is burnout. These guys have been playing all day. Even if they're 2-0 games, when does the burnout set in? Who, like, has the mental fortitude to continue? Like, that's really, I think that's a really big thing, is, like, the endurance factor of the individual player. Because once that one guy starts crumbling and he's not used to playing for 9, 11 hours straight in a competitive format, that can start breaking a formation on a team.
For sure. And then, it's not even that you have to worry about yourself. There's 5 on the team there. And these guys have been going at it for about 6 hours right now. That's almost a whole shift. That's a work shift there, man. And with all the pressure of coming to have to win and perform at your top 100% the entire time, very scary stuff. I think we are just about to get ready over for pick and bans, or actually, excuse me, we're going to take a quick break. Game 3 is going to be on the way. Don't touch that dial. Predictions will be coming up for game 3. As soon as we get back, we'll see what is going to happen there. Professors will have first pick when we get back. Don't touch that anywhere. ATS Serious will be right back, baby.
See you guys.